Heidi-ho, everybody. Jared Petty here for IGN, joined by
Ben Janka.
Ben Janka, first and last name. First name Ben.
There we go. We got it.
Yep, we got them both together here. And we are looking at...
It's the first official kind of well-produced machinima made in the new Rockstar Editor that is included with the PC version of Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's right. This was produced by Schultz from 8-Bit Bastard in collaboration with Rockstar. And they actually gave us a bunch of notes on how they made this thing. Now, Ben's here watching this with me because he's one of IGN's video editors. And
so I do the editing sometimes.
You do the editing with the videos and the chopping and the cutting and the marking and the editing and the stuff.
So much chopping and so much marking.
Well, there we are. Lots of chopping and marking, etc. And when nice-looking video-type products come out on the other end of that. So he's going to help us look over this, but there's a lot going on here that shows what you can do with the Rockstar Editor in GTA 5. We're going to go back and look at some of these shots. I'm going to pop back here. What do you see here in this first one, Ben?
So it's kind of a cool establishing shot that shows off the entire kind of like world, I guess. It's got the train going by. Yeah. It's got the sun coming up in the background, and every single shot in this is through a filter.
Yeah, he mentioned he uses filters in almost everything in the notes he gave us.
And this one, I believe, uses a filter to bring out the warmth in the sun to kind of, I don't know, make it feel kind of like, it makes me think of morning.
Okay, do filters, are they useful for establishing tone and when you're editing a video, or?
They're useful for a lot of things.
Okay.
Sometimes it just makes things look good. I mean, you've seen Instagram before.
Yeah, I have
seen
their
filters.
People do love their filters, but I think in filmmaking they can sometimes.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot more.
Hey, there they are, the guys who made it.
There we go.
And moving on here, we have these oil rigs. Now he says in the notes that he tried to sync up the movement of the oil rings with the music, and I can always see what he's talking about there. It's also, this shot reminds me, you don't think of Ohio as a place with oil in it, but you go out into a lot of the farm fields in East Ohio. They have these little rigs standing out in the middle of nowhere like this.
Yeah.
That makes me think of that. You're from the Midwest, right?
I am as well. Yes.
Oh, whereabouts in the Midwest?
Michigan, sort of close to Indiana. I've been to Ohio a couple of times, and I've seen these oil pumps.
Oil type pump rig.
I was about to say like an oil rig, but it's not a whole oil
used for
rig.
Extracting petroleum from the planet Earth.
Yes.
Fun fact, kids, our cars run on dead dinosaurs. And here it is, Running Man, not the excellent Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's being chased by professional wrestlers.
Indeed.
Not the more excellent Stephen King, Richard Bachman story, a wonderful read, but instead a third excellent thing, a really neat piece of Machinima. Listen to that. Machinima. Is that Klingon?
It might be.
All right, moving on. And here it is, Running Man. I love this here. We see Trevor waking up, except, as our notes tell us, he's not actually waking up here. They didn't use the wake-up animation, and they said that's one of the fun things you can find with the editor. Since you can piece things together however you want, you can create a lot of illusions. They actually knocked him down and then had him get back up.
Well, that's mean.
And that's actually what's cutting into that there to get the effect they wanted. Then they used a kind of a drunk effect on the character here, where he's looking over the edge. There's actually effects you can place on characters within the director. So he's using the drunk effect, and I think he said, if I remember correct, a little bit of camera shake.
Yeah, you can do like handheld camera shake to kind of help with that.
And sure enough, you can see it. What else do you see in these opening shots here, Ben?
So they do another thing where they also kind of establish where he is. We know he's on top of a mountain because it's pulled back so far.
Yeah.
Then it gives you the sense that he's up high in the next shot because it looks kind of down, and you can tell that he's wobbly and doing his not drunk wobble.
But we're given the impression it's like, I'm Trevor, and I woke up here again. And then Trevor decides it's time to run.
And most importantly, as a beard enthusiast, you realize that he is clean-shaven now.
Oh, yeah, he is clean-shaven.
Watch his face as the video goes on.
Is he going to Forrest Gump it up?
I believe he is.
I believe he is. And Trevor is running. I wonder if he has chariots of fire in his head while this is going on.
I hope so.
You see him running and running.
This also shows off how pretty the PC version of the game is.
Really
you've got all the really good lighting effects, the reflections off of all the sweat, the brake lights reflecting off of him. In the rain, it's beautiful.
Another one of the notes he gave us, he shows us shot by shot here, and I love this. He talks about, there in the background, there's the lighthouse.
The lighthouse.
And he's talking about how this is one of his very favorite places on the map. It looks so good at night, and you can actually see how wet everything is, how wet Trevor is, just the crazy amount of graphical fidelity.
He is glistening.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we also have, when we go back here and start looking at some of these running shots, they are doing all kinds of interesting things here with angles and camera shake.
A lot of depth of field.
Right, a lot of that going on. Also, we see, of course, like any good opening run, science music, slow motion.
Yes.
Because nothing adds drama like slow motion. But look, all these different angles, just coming at him a different spot here, and then there's 4 really quick cuts there. between different locales, different times of day. I like that.
Let you know he's traveling, he's going places.
He's going places. So we move on here, and I love that. Now,
that's a beautiful shot. I love that.
Yeah, it's almost John Fordish.
Yeah.
In scope. I really like that pullout right there.
It kind of makes me realize that this is just a small singular man running in a huge area because it's pulled back so far.
Yeah,
it's a really good shot.
Now, something that something that Schultz said about this one is that with this bird shot, which is one of my favorites in the whole thing, he was trying to get something else and he scared the bird by accident. And it just worked. This was not intended at all. So this kind of neat shot that he edits this way was just, I scared a bird, and suddenly he's able to turn something into it by slowing it down, putting some filters on it.
Became the shot he was looking for.
And it becomes something that he didn't even know he needed. And then
got some beard growth.
Got some beard going on. And he also said the sweat that you see on Trevor actually is something that happens in the game.
Yeah, like if you actually run around as like Michael, you notice it a lot. He'll get back sweating. The back of his shirt will get really wet.
Now here again, what we go here in this shot, we learn where he's headed next. What do we got here, Ben?
Going down a mountain into the city of Los Santos.
The city of Los Santos, and yeah, it's
This is a really cool shot too. I really like how they did the filter to kind of make the light stand out. Kind of focus on the city, but keep him off to the side.
Yeah, I like how they did that as well.
It's really a bit of a rule of three thing, I guess, keeping him over there.
Also, another thing from the notes here, that apparently they tried a lot of different stuff here. They pumped some saturation into this, but that's pretty much the color the sky was at that moment before sunset.
Oh, wow.
And you can also control weather in director mode.
Yes.
So they were able to get it just how they wanted it.
Yeah, director mode is actually really nice. It lets you actually put actors in, like in the next shot where he's running and that person's running with him.
Yeah.
You can actually pick that pedestrian, run past Trevor, and record it, and actually compose scenes. It's a really great tool.
So just all kinds of neat stuff you can do with this. Did you ever do Machinima?
Not. I wanted to.
Yeah.
For forever. Everyone always wanted to be the next Rooster Teeth. Everyone wanted to make the next, Red versus Blue or whatever. But I never really had the means or the time to do it. Also, I was a young kid and I didn't know what I was doing. But now with the inclusion of tools like this, I can actually see myself sitting down and making something
and try to play with it there.
I'm pretty excited for it.
He also said that even though we're focused on Trevor in this, he wanted to show Michael and Amanda playing tennis and also give us a look at Franklin
Lamar,
the same way.
Chop.
Because and he said the point was that even though Trevor's running around in this world, those two were always also doing something else. He wanted to get that in. And there's Chop, everyone's favorite
good old
Grand
Chop.
Theft Auto character.
It's the best.
I like Chop a lot.
Yeah.
Oh man, have you ever seen the adorable little stuffed Chop that exists?
I did.
He's just about the cutest thing
That thing's
ever.
got some surprises.
Okay. And then we come back here, run along, and he's just doing his thing. NPCs.
Well, there's a good shot with the shadow, showing that he's running without actually showing him running.
Oh, that is really cool.
That's pretty nice. I like that.
Yeah. Oh man.
I like Guitar Man there too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Again, he said he wanted to show that because it's just somebody. The world's going on. People are living their lives, doing their thing. And
here we are on the pier.
Here we're out here under the pier. He says he's just locked the camera. Right there, which is another effect he can pull, and that shows him just kind of heading off his way. Lock it down, and off we go. Moving out here to...
Oh, that full beard, though.
What's that?
He's full beard now.
He is full beard. Well,
That's
he's Forrest and Jennying it right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so and once again, he said this wasn't orchestrated. They got to the water, and the boat was just there, and it looked so good they just kept it in the shot. So that's how that worked. And the sailboat just came, just kind of sailed up as they were setting up the shot and moored there. And they're like, okay, well, that's just about perfect.
I like it.
Yeah, the water works with the way they have the depth of field.
The water looks really beautiful in that shot, too.
So, folks, if you haven't folded the editor yet, you really can do quite a bit with it. And then we get Trevor
contemplating life.
It actually says this was really hard to shoot. They were tracking Trevor, and then they tried to look up into the city. And it was the right way to end it, but it was really hard to do. And they didn't want him back in the shot, so this pull-up here, without Trevor popping into it, was actually pretty hard to accomplish. And then you had the helicopter that flies in, and the Ferris wheel lighting up, and it just looks really cool. But that was really hard to put together. So once again, this was Schultz and 8-Bit Bastard who did this in collaboration with Rockstar. And I think it's a neat illustration of what you can do. So after seeing this whole thing, Ben, just after taking a look at it, what do you think?
I like it. It shows that there's a lot of promise for what people can do, and I can't wait to see what else people come up with.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when they released the Source Filmmaker, and people could finally make Machinima at the same level of quality as Valve had been doing for all of their character introduction videos. Now we have this great open world game with tons of options, a really strong not just editing mode but also directing mode.
Yeah.
So we can make our own scenes, our own shots. You can actually get people to say lines from the game whenever you want to. It looks really good, and I'm excited for the future.
I'm excited too. Folks, if you're planning on making films, if you make films, put them on our forums, send us emails, put them on our wiki, show off your work, and thank you so very much. Let us know what your plans are in the comments, and for everything Grand Theft Auto 5. Stay here with your friends at Ye Old
IGN.
Bye-bye.